In a small cafe in the city center, Marcos, a young waiter of 25, worked tirelessly. He was known for his friendliness and dedication, but behind his smile, he had the challenges of supporting his sick mother and paying the household bills. One day, while he was waiting tables, an elegant and mysterious woman entered the cafe. She seemed out of place in that simple environment, but there was something in her gaze that caught Marcos's attention. "Good afternoon, ma'am. What would you like?" he asked in his usual cordial tone. "A cup of black coffee, please," she replied, watching Marcos's every move as he prepared her order. As the days went by, the woman began to frequent the cafe regularly. She always sat at the same table and ordered the same coffee. Marcos, curious, began to notice details. She wore expensive clothes, but her expression was that of someone carrying a heavy load. One day, he decided to strike up a conversation. "You come here often. Are you enjoying the coffee or the atmosphere?" he joked. "Of both," she replied with a discreet smile. "But I confess that I like to observe people. And you are quite interesting." Marcos laughed, not quite understanding. "Interesting? I'm just a waiter trying to do my job." The woman continued to frequent the cafe, always discreet but attentive, until one day, after finishing her coffee, she called Marcos. "Marcos, can I ask you a question?" she said, looking directly into his eyes. "Of course, ma'am," he replied, surprised. "If you had the opportunity to change your life completely, what would you do?" Marcos thought for a moment. "I would take care of my mother, travel the world, and maybe even open my own restaurant. But that's far from happening." The woman smiled but didn't say anything else. The next day, she didn't show up, nor the day after that. Marcos began to wonder if something had happened. Then, on the third day, a limousine stopped in front of the cafe. From inside, the elegant woman came out, accompanied by a man in a suit. "Marcos, I need to talk to you," she said, entering the cafe. "Of course, ma'am." "Did something happen?" he asked, concerned. "Yes, something wonderful," she replied, handing him an envelope. "Here is something that can change your life." Marcos opened the envelope and almost dropped it. It was a check for 5 million reais. He looked at the woman in disbelief. "Is this a joke?" "I can't accept this," he exclaimed. "You can and you should," she insisted. "I am Helena Duarte, a billionaire and philanthropist. I have spent the last few months watching you and your dedication. I want to give you the chance to realize your dreams." Marcos didn't know what to say. "But why me?" "Because you reminded me of someone I lost a long time ago. My brother was just like you, hardworking, kind, and full of dreams. I want to honor his memory by helping you." Through tears, Marcos thanked her. "I don't know how I can ever repay you, Mrs. Helena." "Live your life to the fullest, Marcos. And do the same for others when you get the chance," she replied, with an emotional smile. Marcos used the money to open a restaurant, where he hired young people from humble backgrounds, offering them an opportunity. The restaurant became a success, and he never failed to visit the little cafe where it all began. Years later, when he visited Helena to thank her once again, he discovered something surprising. Among her things, he found old photos and a letter addressed to him. In the letter, Helena revealed that she was actually his aunt, separated from her family years ago due to a dispute. When she recognized Marcos, she decided to make amends for the mistakes of the past, but she never had the courage to tell him the truth. Marcos was shocked, but felt enormous gratitude. He looked up to the sky and said, "Thank you for everything, Aunt Helena. I promise to honor your legacy." In the end, Marcos decided to follow a new path. Inspired by the story of the 3 wise men, he went to live in the desert, where he opened a community center to help needy people from all over the world. If you were moved by this incredible story, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more inspiring stories. Your participation is essential so that we can continue to bring you content that touches your heart. Thank you for watching.